Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the final game of this two-game series between the Rangers and White Sox. Can the White Sox bounce back and win one game here in Chicago? Leading off for the visiting Texas Rangers, playing center field is Revers. Batting second, playing second, Francone. Batting third, playing short is Young. Batting fourth, playing right field is Gonzalez. Batting fifth, playing first base is Textera. Batting sixth, doing the catching is Rodriguez. Batting seventh, playing third base is Bell. Batting eighth, playing left field is Greer. And on the mound, the lefty, John Matlack, going to pitching and batting ninth. And for the hometown Chicago White Sox, leading off playing second base is Durham. Batting second, playing shortstop Aparicio. Batting third, playing right field is Cornico. Batting fourth, playing left field is Dye. Batting fifth, playing first base is Abreu. Batting sixth, playing center field is Lemon. Batting seventh, playing third base is Venturina. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Lore. And on the mound, batting ninth, Wilbur Wood. Let's get down here to Kaminsky Park and get this game started, folks. And you see Texas is 4-2, 26 runs scored, 14 homers, and 4 stolen bases. And the White Sox 2-4, 20 runs, 15 homers, and 1 stolen base. Mickey Rivers to lead it off, batting .280 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. This is Wilbur's second appearance. He's 0-1 with a 4.5 ERA. Excuse me. And the Rangers, let's take a look. They are in first place. They are 2 games up on the Angels, Mariners, and A's. Rivers, like we said, batting .280. Rodriguez batting .292. Hamilton .235. Howard $133. Kinsler $286. Look at that pitching staff. Dick Bosman 0.64 ERA. John is coming in the game with a 1.2. Witt 10.5. Rolling a 6. And Dervish a 3. And down to the field we go for the first pitch. And it's Mickey Rivers up. And that's going to be against the lefty. It'll be a 20. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Shamar Don makes the catch for out number 1. And Julio Franco down by the bay. And Julio is batting .222. No homers, no RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Aparicio. Fields it cleanly over to first for out number 2. Sorry about that. Had to sneeze. And now Young's up, batting .222, a homer, and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And 1-2-3 goes the Rangers. As we go to the bottom of the first, no score. And the White Sox coming up the bat here with Durham. And followed by Aparicio and Paul Konorka. And Durham's batting .214, no homers and no RBIs. And John Matlack, this is his second appearance. He's 1-0 with a 1.12 ERA. And the White Sox, as you can see, is in last place in the Central. 2 games behind the Tigers, with Lemon batting a $136, a homer and an RBI. Anderson .231, Durham .214, the Big Hurt .222, and Orte at .308. Joe with a 2.5 ERA. Wilbur coming into the game with a 4.5, along with Hoyt and Tommy John. Let's get down here and get this game started, folks. Here's the pitch to Ray Durham. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And he strikes him out for out number 1. And Luis Aparicio comes up. And Louis is batting .231 with no homers and no RBIs. That's going to be a ground ball down the bell. He fires over the mat. And that'll be out number 2. And Paul Konorka comes up batting a $167 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty. 15. That's going to be a base hit, an infield hit for Paul. 2-out hit. So Paul standing down at first now with 2 outs and Jermaine Dye up. Dye looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 10. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the second, no score here in Chicago. And we got Gonzalez, Tex, and Rodriguez. Juan Gonzalez batting .364, no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Wilbur strikes him out. Wilbur's second strikeout of the game. And old Mark Teixeira comes up, and Tex is batting .400 on the year, folks. 2 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a 41. That's going to be a hit by pitch. He hits Mark. Don't think it was done on purpose, but the Rangers aren't happy. Mark goes down the first. Rodriguez to the plate. And old Pudge batting .292 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up behind home plate. Sherm takes the mask off, makes the catch near the circle, and that'll be out number 2. He gets his counterpart out to pump up. Buddy Bell comes up batting .375 with a homer and 3 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Wilbur up with it, tosses it over to first. Mark gets stranded at first. Bottom of the second we go, still no score. You got Abreu due up here, followed by Lemon and Venturina. And Reba is batting .333, 3 homers and 3 RBI. And he nails this one, folks. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that ball is out of here. His fourth homer of the year, folks. No doubt about her. And it is 1-0 Chicago. Brings up Chet Lemon now. Lemon batting .36 with a homer and an RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So John bounces back from the homer. Gets a strikeout here. And Robin is batting .083 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He's back-to-back strikeouts after giving up the leadoff homer. He's bearing down now. Here comes old Sherm up now. Batting $125 with no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. So now you got a runner down at first. 2 outs for Wilbur. And Wilbur's looking for his first base hit of the year. He's 0 for 2. And he come through here with 2 outs. And nope, that's going to be a foul ball. And Pudge makes the catch. Not to win the inning, but the homer gives the White Sox a 1-0 lead by Abreu. And we go to the top of the third, 1-0 Chicago. Got the bottom part of the order due up here. Rusty, then John, and then back to Mickey. And Rusty is batting .200 with a homer and an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Aparicio's up with it, fires over to Abreu for out number 1. Here comes John Matlack up, and John looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be against the lefty. And that's going to be an infield hit. And John shows off his speed, folks, and gets on base here with a 1-out hit. And that brings up Mickey Rivers now with a runner on first and 1 out. Can Mick do something? He's 0 for 1. And he does do something, folks. He squares this one up. See what he can do here. And that ball is rocketed into right field off the fence out there. And that will be a 42. Yep, 42. minus a 32 plus an 11 and 21. And he's a pitcher. They're going to let him stop at third. They're not going to try to force him home here. So second and third and 1 out. And they'll play back. They'll give up the tying run here for an out. Second and third, 1 out. And you got Frank Cone at the plate. Julio is 0 for 1. Can he drive in a run here, folks? That's going to be a big swing and a miss. Wilbur with his third strikeout was a big one. Now there's 2 down, and it's up to Michael Young to get something done here. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty in 18. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Chet Lemon. Second and third, 1 out, and they get nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we go to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-0 Chicago. Top of the order due up here for the White Sox. Dorm, Aparicio, and Paul, and Ray is 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up, and that's going to be another strikeout. John's got his number today. It's his 5th strikeout of the game. And Aparicio comes up. He's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And another out. 2 down. And can Paul get something going with 2 outs here? And no, that's going to be, well, I shouldn't have said that so confident, but that is going to be a no, because Pudge comes out behind the plate, picks the ball up, fires down the mark. That's a 1-2-3 inning. To the top of the 4th we go. We've got Gonzalez, Mark, and Avon do up the big boys. And Gonzalez 0 for 1 today. And he's going to be 0 for 2. That's a grounder down the Durham. 1 out here. Here comes old Tex. Mark gets something going. Mark, he got hit by a pitch his first time. And that's going to be against the lefty. 22. It's going to be a fly ball out to Jermaine Dye. And that is 2 down. And as you can see, Texas 4-2 with a 262 batting average, 301 on base, slugging 496 with an OPS of 797. White Sox 2-4, batting 187, 240 on base, slugging 357 and a 600 OPS. And Pudge is up now with 2 outs and nobody on, 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Aparicio. And that'll end the inning. The Rangers go down in order. To the bottom of the 4th we go. You got Dye due up here, followed by Abreu and Lemon. And Jermaine Dye is 0 for 1. Struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gonzalez for out number 1 here in the 4th. And here's the man scored the only run. Abreu with that solo homer back in the 2nd, making it a 1-0 game. And that's going to be an easy grounder down there in the 2nd for Julio. And he fires over to Mark. And there's quickly 2 outs. Chet Lemon's up, and we got another pitching duel going here in Chicago. Chet's 0 for 1. He struck out. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. Yep, and John hits him. Again, I don't think that's retaliation. You don't want to hit him here. You're down by 1. And Robin Venturino's up. Robin's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And he gets a hold of this. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And kiss it goodbye. Robin made him pay for hitting him. That's a home run in the right field. All Gonzalez can do is watch it leave the park. That's why I don't think he hit him on purpose. It's 3-0. Still 2 outs here. And Sherm's up. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And John now lost control. He's walked a batter, hit a batter, gave up a home run, all with 2 outs. And now you got Wilbur up 0 for 1. And that's going to be a lazy fly out to Rusty and left. But the 2-run homer makes it 3-0. We go to the top of the 5th. Kind of jinxed that pitching duel game, didn't I? Let's see what happens here. In the top of the fifth, Bell, Greer, and John do a buddy 0 for 1. That's going to be a grounder back to the mound. And that'll be out number 1 here. Can Rusty get something going with 1 out? He grounded out. He's 0 for 1. And he's not going to ground out this time. He hits this ball well, folks. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Rusty with a 1 out double. And now you got old John up. And John, he's 1 for 1. He singled. They're still going to ask him to put the bunt down here, folks. And that's going to be a 34. And that's going to be a... And he's going to pop this bunt up. And they got a new... That you can say it was a pop-up on a bunt. So let me look this up here, folks. They got new commands here for bunts. Instead of just calling it a pop-up, I can call it a bunt pop-up. See where the bunts are here. Here we go. Right there. Maybe added it down here. Where did he put it on here? Sorry about this. Wanted to show off the new bunts here, but I didn't see it. It must have flew past it. Went too fast. Oh, here it is. It's under pop-ups. So you just put where it was popped out and put a bunt. So it was popped up the first. So you just go 1. You just go pop up 3 BNT. Crank squares and pops the ball up, and that's 2 down. Alrighty. To try to remember that so I don't have to keep looking that up. And now you got 2 down, and it's up to Mickey Rivers here to try to get Texas on the board. Mickey's 1 for 2 with a double. And not this time. And that's going to be an infield fly. And that's going to be hit down to short and foul territory. Aparicio is going to make the play. And that'll be out number 3 down the third base line. And the Rangers strand 1 to the bottom of the 5th we go. Still a 3-0 White Sox lead here. And you got the top of the order due up. Dorm, Aparicio, and Paul Konorka. Rays 0 for 2. Struck out both times. And not this time. Against the lefty, that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Gonzalez makes the catch for out number 1. And Aparicio's up. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out both times. And that's going to be a third time. That's down to Julio at second for out number 2. See Texas' upcoming schedule. They leave Chicago and go home to take on Toronto for 3 games. And then the Tigers come to town. And Paul's 1 for 2, single back in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's John's 6th strikeout of the game. We go to the top of the 6th, still trailing by 3, the Rangers are. And Julio, Young, and Gonzalez due up here against Wilbur. And Julio 0 for 2. And that's going to be a rare play, a 39 and a 56. And that's going to be a foul ball. So here's the 0-1 pitch to Julio. Can he deal with a 1-0 pitch? No, he can't. He strikes him out, Wilbur does, for out number 1. And that's Wilbur's 4th strikeout of the game, folks. And Michael Young's up 0 for 2. That's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Paul's got a beat on it, makes the catch. 2 quick outs here. And it's all up to Gonzalez to get something started. 0 for 2 today. And he does get something started. That ball is high. That ball is far, that ball is out of here, folks. No doubt about it. Jeremy Dye turns around, watches that one leave the yard. That cuts the lead to 3-1. Texas up now. Mark's 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be an easy grounder down to Durham. That'll end the inning, but the Gonzalez homer makes it 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Speaking of Dye, watching that ball leave the yard, he's due up, followed by Brayu and then Lemon. Dye is 0 for 2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Dye out, and that brings up Brayu now. And Jose, he's 1 for 2 with a homer in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball. Rivers takes a few steps back, makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the 6th. And Chet Lemon's up now, and he's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and came around the score. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mickey. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. To the top of the 7th we go in a 3-1 Chicago ball game. And we got Rodriguez, Bell, and Rusty due up here. Vaughn 0 for 2. And they get something going here in the top of the 7th. That'll be a 21 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Robin. He fires over to first for out number 1. And Buddy Bell comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to the pitcher twice. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Rangers will take it. Brings the tying run to the plate, and Rusty Greer. And Rusty's 1 for 2 with a double in this game. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him, as Wood can't find the strike zone. And that's going to be a 40. And a runner down at first. A team. And not going to be a wild pitch. It's not going to be a pass ball. So it's going to be a rare play on a 40 with a runner at first and a 52. 52 and a 40. 52 and a 40. And that's going to be a 22. That's going to be out in front of the plate. Sherm's back behind the plate. And a 63 and an 8. I might be fielding column 3. 63 and an 8. That is fielding column 3. First on air. Runner to third on wild throw. So that's going to be E2 by Sherm. And the runner's going to get down the third. So now you got first and third and 1 out here for the Rangers. And that didn't help old Wilbur any, did it? We didn't want him scoring. We just want him to get down the third. So try this again. It'll be an E2. Runner on first 2 bases. Okay. So you got first and third now. We'll have a pitch hitter here for John. So he goes 6 innings. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch hit against the lefty. And it's going to be Frank Howard. Old Hondo's going to come out of the dugout. Wilbur, when's he due up? He's due up third. So we're going to have a pitch hitter here. Frank Howard. Going to come out of the dugout. And they're going to play back for the double play with Howard's speed. Trying to get out of this with nobody scoring. At the least, only give up 1 run. Howard is batting 133 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye, Frank Howard off the bench, folks. Delivers a 3-run shot. Nice job by Frank. And that is going to be a 4-3 ball game. Howard delivers 1 out. Top of the 7th. Rangers take the lead. And Wilbur shaking his head, pitching a hell of a game, and gives up the 3-run shot. Now he's got Rivers up here with 1 out and nobody on. And Mickey's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ray. He fires over to first, and that's 2 outs. And now you got Julio Franco up. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice against Wilbur, trying to avoid the hat trick. And that's going to be 13. And that is going to be a base hit. Julio's aboard here with an infield single. And now you got Young up with a runner down at first, already up by 1, trying to add to it here. And Michael is 0 for 3. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes count on him. And that's going to be against the lefty in 18. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Wilbur's got it. He fires over in anger to first. And that's a 4-3 game thanks to the Frank Howard 3-run shot as we go to the 7th inning stretch. And Klein's going to come in the game here in the 7th inning, try to keep it a 1-run lead. As Howard delivers here. They don't have a lefty in the bullpen, folks. So, where's Ron at? There's no lefty in the pen, so you might be seeing some guys come out here and bat. You got Robin up here, and Robin is 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. Here's the pitch to Robin. And at the time, it gave the White Sox a 3-0 lead, and that's a base on balls. Robin's having a fine game. Klein walks the tying run. And Sherm's up now. Do we pitch hit for Sherm with AJ? That's the question. And I think we do. So AJ's going to come out of the dugout, pitch hit for Sherm. Against the righty. Where's AJ at? There he is. AJ comes out of the dugout batting 182, no homers and no RBIs. A runner on first, nobody out, trailing by 1. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Klein strikes him out. That'll be out number 1 here in the 7th. And that's going to be it for Wilbur. Wilbur's going to come out of the game trailing by 1. He could still end up with the win here. The White Sox can get the lead. Let's see who's going to come off the bench. Let's see here. Seeing who to pitch hit with. I think Carlos Quitten's going to come out and pitch hit. See if Carlos can do some damage here with one out and a runner on first, trailing by 1. And Carlos is batting 154, a homer and 3 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Klein struck him out. So he gave up the walk to Robin, and now he struck out the last 2 batters. And now you got Ray Durham coming up. Let's see here. And then Orta, he's coming out the bench because he's hitting good. Ray is 0 for 3, only batting a $176. White Sox trying to pull out all the stops here. And Orta coming off the bench. He's batting .308 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mickey. He makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. And now we got to decide who's going to come in here and pitch, where he's going to bat. They got another second baseman. That would be the question. Ward could come in and play second. Ward could come in and play second. They didn't want to do that, but they're not. So Locker's going to come in the game. Locker will come in here in a 4-3 game. He'll bat in the 9 spot. And everybody else will just stay in the game. So, like I say, Locker will come in. He'll bat in the 9 spot and pitch. And AJ will stay in and catch. And Order will stay in the game and play second. And we go to the top of the 8th. It's a 4-3 ball game. You got Gonzalez, Tex, and Rodriguez due up here against Bob Locker. His 3rd appearance, no record with a 3 ERA. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Robin for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the 8th. And Tex is 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch, though. And that's going to be against the righty, a 16. It's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And that'll be 2 down here as Lemon makes the play. And it's up to Pudge Rodriguez to try to get this inning going. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out and popped up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bob strikes him out in the top of the 8th. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And you'll have Aparicio, Paul Canorca, and Jermaine Dye due up here. And we pitch hit here for Aparicio with Anderson. And we do. Tim Anderson's going to come out of the dugout, and he's going to pitch hit for Aparicio. He'll stay in the game and play short. Let's see here before I do this. Aparicio's only hitting a $118, so we are going to pitch hit here. So where's Tim at? There's Mr. Anderson. So he's going to lead it off here in the top of the 8th. Anderson batting .231 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. That's going to get the bullpen up and stirring as the time runs down at first. And Paul Canorca's due up here. And This is where Harold Baines will probably come in. Yep, Harold Baines is going to come in. They're going to pitch hit for Paul. Baines will stay in and play left field or right field, whichever. Probably pitch hit for Die. So that's probably what'll happen here. So where's Harold Baines at? There's Harold. And Harold is batting .364, 2 homers and 3 RBIs, a runner down at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Klein. And that's a tailor-made double play down to Michael Young. Couldn't ask for a better friend than that if you're a pitcher. That's a 6-4-3 double play. That ends the threat. Now there's 2 down. And like I say, do we pitch hit here for Die? And bring on, see here. What could we do here? Die's going to have to stay in the game. Yep. So Die's going to have to hit for himself here because Quentin's already come in the game. So here's the pitch to Die. He's 0 for 3. He struck out twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He gets the hat trick as Klein strikes him out. And we go to the top of the 9th. It's a 4-3 ball game. You got Bell, Rusty, and Klein due up here. And we got to put in some substitutions here in the outfield. Let's see here. You got Tim Anderson going to come in and play short. And Baines is going to stay in the game and play right field. So we got Baines in right now and Anderson at short. And Locker still on the mound. Bob is facing the bottom third of the order. He's got Bell, Rusty, and a pitch hitter for Klein. But he's 0 for 2 today. And not anymore. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Bell's aboard with a leadoff single. Ball hit the Harold. He couldn't quite get to it. Now you got Rusty up with a runner down at first. And nobody out. And now you got Rusty. Do we do a little hit and run here? Try to stay out of the double play? I think we do. Here's a hit and run. Rusty's 1 for 3. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that's going to be a double. Let's see here. 1 against a righty of 16. And with a hit and run, that's going to be a double. And the runner's going to score. Rusty with a double. Scores the runner. I just took a home run away from Rusty with the hit and run, but the run does score. And Rusty's down at second. And that'll be it for Klein. He'll come out of the game. And let's see, now they got a 2-run lead, but they got a runner down at second. And nobody out. And Josh Hamilton's going to come off the bench. Pitch hit here for Klein, try to add to this lead. And do they walk Hamilton? That might be the question. They're already down. That would set up the double play. They're going to walk Hamilton, so that was kind of a wasted Hamilton and bat. So Hamilton walks down to first. As Beatles joins us here. How you doing, my friend? And now it's going to put first and second. I should have thought about that a little bit, but they walk Hamilton. So first and second. Mickey's up. He's 1 for 4. He doubled back in the third. Here's the pitch to Mickey. And he gets a hold of this. See where this ball ends up at against the righty, 17. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And even with Jermaine Dye's arm, I think that's going to score the runner from second. Rusty's got good speed. Yep, he's going to score with no throw. The question is Hamilton going to get down the third? And I don't think so. I think they're going to throw the ball in here, and Hamilton's going to stomp at second. Yep. So that's what's going to happen. Rusty's going to score on the single with no throw, and they're going to throw it in here, and Hamilton stops at second. Yeah, doing well, buddy. Doing well. Now we got Julio down by the bay. Up, Julio is 1 for 4. He singled back in the 7th, and now once was a 1-run game is now a 3-run game. It's 6-3 as Locker's not getting the job done here. And that'll get the bullpen up here, and still nobody out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that's going to actually be a line drive down the second. And the runners will get back. And there's one out now. And that brings up Michael Young. Michael was 0 for 4. Flown out, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be another ground ball and another line drive. They're hitting the ball right on the nose. But give Orta credit. He's right there making the play. Some of it's in self-defense. And Hamilton's not straying away too far. Now there's 2 outs. Still first and second. And Gonzalez, he's already hit a homer back in the 6th. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 22. And that's going to be a pop-up down the 3rd. And Robin makes the catch. So Locker gets out of it with only 2 runs scoring. I say only 2. It could have been worse. Nobody out in first and second. But now it's a 3-run lead. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here. And I think John Wetland's going to come out here and try to get a save. See if John can get the job done here. With a 6-3 lead. Wait a second here. Do we want to do something here? Let's see. I think Hamilton's going to stay in the game. Yeah, Hamilton will stay in the game. He'll come in and play center field. We might move all the outfielders around. Hamilton's going to stay in the game. Gonzalez will come out of the game. Wetland will bat in his spot. So we're going to move some batters around here. Some outfielders around. So we're going to let's undo this. Already put Wetland in the game, so we're going to undo this. Undo. And what did Gonzalez do? He flew out to 3rd, didn't he? Popped up to Ventura. So we're going to pop him up the 3rd again. And now we'll make the move with Wetland. Okay. Now we'll make the move. We're going to put Wetland in the game. Sorry about this, folks. Trying to think a little bit. So Wetland will come in the game. He'll bat in the 4 spot. Okay. And Mickey's not supposed to play anywhere but center. Hamilton. We put him in left field. And move Rusty. See, I like the, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to move Rusty and Hamilton. So Hamilton's going to go in the center field. Rusty's going to go in the right. I don't care. And Mick's going to go over to the left. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to play some ball now. Rearrange that outfield. So you got Wetland coming in. This is his fourth appearance. He's got 2 saves with a 1.8 ERA. He's got Abreu, Lemon, and Ventura due up here. And let's see, most of everybody's already been pitched hit for. Let's see here. And Frank Thomas is going to come in and pitch it. Well, Abreu's hit a home run. We're going to let him bat for himself. He's hit a home run in this game. Here's the pitch to Jose. And he says, "Are you damn right I'm going to hit for myself because that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Home run, Jose." Talk me out of pitch hitting for him, and he delivers a lead-off homer here in the ninth. And how big was those 2 runs in the ninth, folks? Now you got Chet Lemon up. And you see the White Sox upcoming schedule. They stay home. Tampa Bay comes to town for 3 games, and then they go on the road. The White Sox do after that to Baltimore. Chet Lemon's 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the bell. He fires over to first, so John settles down after the leadoff homer. And now you got Rockin' Robin up, and he's 1 for 2 with a homer. Here's the pitch to Robin, and that's a ground ball down to Julio at second. And he throws over to Max, and Mark makes the catch at first for out number 2. AJ, he's 0 for 1 after coming in the game. He struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. And John strikes him out. So he settles down, gets the save after giving up the leadoff homer. And the Rangers sweep this 2-game series 6-4 today. Take a look here at the box score. This is like my 5th game today, Beatles. I've been playing full here, man. Playing full. These short series like that makes me want to get the series done. The Rangers 6 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The White Sox 4 runs, 5 hits and 1 error. Mickey Rivers was 2 for 5. You had Rusty 2 for 4. You had Frank Howard coming off the bench hitting that big monster 3-run homer. Frank Howard delivered, folks. And you had the Rangers going 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position with 7 left on base. And like I say, Abreu, he tried to do it. Look at that. The White Sox didn't have a single runner in scoring position and left 4 men on base and was still in this game, folks. Give those Rangers pitchers credit. Like I say, Abreu tried to win the game himself. MATLACK, he goes and gets his 2nd win. 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 7, gave up the 2 homers to Abreu. Klein comes in, pitches 2 innings, 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 3. Wetland comes in, gets his 3rd save. Wasn't pretty. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 strikeout, and 1 homer. Wilbur, the tough luck loser, goes to 0-2. 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, only 3 of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 4, and gave up 2 homers. Bob Locker, how big was those 2 runs in the ninth? 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, and struck out 1. Like I say, it was some big 2 runs that Bob gave up. 2-6 more. I hear you, old boy. I hear you. We'll take a look here at the standings and leaderboard in the American League after this game. The Yankees are 3 games up on Toronto. Baltimore's 3.5. Boston and Tampa Bay 4.5. And in the Central, the Tigers are now a half a game up on Cleveland. Kansas City's a game back. The Twins are a game and a half, and the lonely Chicago White Sox are now 2.5 games back. And out west, the Rangers adding to their lead. They're 2.5 games up on LA, Seattle, and Oakland. And Roberto Alomar with a 460 average leading the league. And now you got Abreu and Roger tied with 5 home runs. to lead the league, and Roger with his 13 RBIs. And the ERA leader right now is still at 0. And now you got 3 pitchers, MATLACK, Guidry, and Bosman with 2 wins. And JJ and Wetland now with 3 saves. And you got Roger still leading in the MVP category. And Dick Bozeman leading in the Cy Young. The next game we'll do here on the channel will be a National League game. Let's see what that'll be here. What National League game will we be doing? I don't think there's any National League games on the 6th. Nope, we got one more American League game on the 6th. So who are we going to be doing here? And it's going to be the Cardinals against the Rockies. Bob Gibson going up against Chasen. See how many game series this is. 1, 2, and 3. I don't think it's a 4-game series. Nope, it's a 3-game series. So that'll be what's next. We'll have the Cardinals and the Rockies coming up next on the channel. Check out Beatles Eternally's channel, folks. He's been playing a lot of Out of the Park and Pocket Pennant Run. Check out that great channel. And if you're new to my channel, it don't cost nothing. Hit that subscribe button, folks. Hit that bell for reminders, and on your way out of Chicago, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.